false suicidal claim at San State University. On October 16, 2006, Dr. English Rick asked me to have 5 minutes talk in her office. In anthropology department, I was handcuffed by Sergeant John Rose and another SJSU University police officer. I denied to be suicidal, but the police officer did not listen to me. What was in the email they concerned me as suicidal? This video is about the email I sent to Dr. Elizabeth Weiss on the incident on October 5, 2006. First, I would like to share this voice recording of someone crying. Since I started communicating with lawyers giving free consultations and equal opportunity services, the faculty seemed to be a way of exposing the actual information I heard from Dr. Weiss in my previous meeting with her on Saturday of early May. And they seemed to set up an opportunity to make her talk to me. Ms. Rosenberg, teaching LLD 99, had been engaged in wearing pink miniskirt and other funny clothes for trying to claim me to be the one seducing the instructor in previous semester. I didn't want it to have their plan go as they thought. I expressed my attitude to making fun of professors in another class the day before of this conference. You can hear Dr. Weiss started crying outside.
Did you have something that you want to... did you bring any of your writing?
Oh, not really.
Oh, okay.
Not feel good.
You didn't feel good?
Yeah. I think you can see it.
Well, if you're not feeling good, then we should reschedule.
That's fine.
Well, okay, all I have of yours is this. So why don't you look at that, and I'll see if I have
Because of that incident, students harassing me acted wildly, and they followed me much frequent from my way home from the parking garage. They started to spread rumors about how I am cold-blooded. Because of the harassment, I started to contact more. This is a chronological order of what I did in the week before the suicidal claim by Dr. English Rick, Dr. Weiss, Sergeant John Rose, and others. October 12, 2006. I went to SJSU UPD. The police officer at the counter said that Fritz van der Hoek, who I filed the student discrimination, was not available. October 13, 2006. I visited SJPD and asked if I could file the case about ongoing incidents at school and my off-campus apartment. The officer said that if I filed it to a police officer, I should contact him as it became his case. Later, I visited SJSU UPD. The clerk at the counter said Fritz van der Hoek was on vacation till next Wednesday or Thursday. October 14, 2006, I sent an email to Dr. Weiss as I felt bad about how student discrimination brought more people on its way. Also, I sent an email to others such as the Director of Equal Opportunity. October 16, 2006, I visited the Department of Homeland Security about 4 p.m. The security gave me a form to fill in for submitting the evidence. About 5:50 p.m., I headed to Dr. Meniketi's class in Clark Hall. I saw Dr. English Rick stood in front of the classroom. Dr. English Rick asked me to have 5 minutes talk about the email in her office. In anthropology department, 2 police officers claimed me suicidal and handcuffed and transported me to Santa.
How are you?
These are police officers from campus.
Okay.
And I think it's important.
Do me a favor and turn around for me.
You need to take it to the hospital.
Why?
Okay, we're concerned for your safety.
Why?
We were told that you might have been making comments about hurting yourself.
No.
No?
No.
Well, that is how we interpreted it. Elizabeth and I and several others that read your emails, we're concerned that you might, especially when you talk about the worker effect, that's something that very much concerned us, and we care only about your safety. We want to make sure that you're going to be okay. And I know must be very disturbing and frightening.
Okay,
I'm sorry that it's playing out this way, but we want you to get some help because we're afraid that you might hurt yourself.
What's going to happen is we're going to take you to the hospital.
Which hospital?
We're going to take you to Valley Medical Center Emergency Psychiatric Services. Okay, and we're going to give them a copy of your insurance.
Okay.
And if they think you need to stay, if they think you need help, then they'll probably transport you to El Camino Hospital.
Okay, then what's going to happen next?
Then the doctors will evaluate you, and they'll determine if they think that you might be a danger to yourself, and if they...
No, I won't.
Okay, if then...
If I'm dangerous, then why should I read my homework and why should I come to them?
Yeah, I apologize. But we'll go ahead and let the doctors evaluate you because it's what we have to do. Because if someone tells us they're concerned for your safety, we do have to take you, okay?
Why? What's the reason I have to do it?
Because the law says that if we believe that you're a danger to yourself,
No.
then we have to take... Well, I understand that you don't believe that, but
Yes.
but if we think that there's the possibility, we don't want you hurting yourself, and then I...
So what was in the email that Dr. English, Dr. Weiss, and others read and concluded me as suicide? Here is a copy of it. Subject: Thank you for the offer of taking me to Canada. I think the time is up. To protect myself, not a spy, I must submit everything to police. And I'm going to submit the evidences people talking about you and Dr. Gonzalez at my apartment. I hope you don't mind about it, since you know I sent email to the Vice President of the U.S. when some student talked about how we changed your feeling about me. I have evidence. I was doubtful about the fact. You did the paperwork while you have a boyfriend, and I knew other people who you had a room with, as you told me. Do you think I can trust someone like that? I thought it was another trap they had set up. I don't know you really had some feeling until last Thursday. To be honest, I am sorry for your involvement in this case. About this Wednesday's class, I made a comment that I made a professor cry, and probably the student who had been spying on me in the class thought it disgusting. You know what, I am quite sure your involvement in this semester, and at least you are the one who thought me as abnormal. That's what someone said in anthropology 187 class last semester. From that experience, I think I do have a right to make such comments with others, don't you think? I don't think there's any way to fix our relationship. At Santa Clara Valley Medical Center Acute Psychiatric Services, I was diagnosed as a danger to self and danger to others, while I was spending my time with multilingual leaflets to prepare for the coming Linguistics 101 quiz on Wednesday. By the way, here's the last part of my communication with the police officers just before I was transported to the mental hospital. I had no idea why I was thought as suicidal when I was just on my way to my classroom, and I had no idea I would be thought as suicidal and dangerous while I was using the multilingual leaflets to study for the quiz in the lobby of the hospital. Why didn't